Hey, this is Tim Bilecki. Today I want to talk about negotiating. We're just finishing up in Okinawa. We did a guilty plea today, and something we don't often do is plead clients guilty, but there's a time and a place for everything. In this particular case, our client was facing about 60 years of confinement. We negotiated a pretrial agreement where he'd be capped out at 42 months, and the judge gave 12 years. So essentially, it saved about 8 years of this young man's life. The key to negotiating is what? It's not being scared. It's creating leverage. It is having what's called a BATNA, which is the best alternative to a negotiated agreement. In any type of a trial, a BATNA means that you're not scared to take the case to trial. You do your homework, you find the strengths and the weaknesses of the case, and you get a game plan ready to actually try the case. That way, if a pretrial agreement's denied, you're not scared to go to trial, and the prosecutor knows that you'll try the case. And what we've always found is by doing that and knowing and having that reputation that you're going to take a case to trial if you need to, that's how you get the best pretrial agreements. Again, in this particular case, the facts were pretty tough, but we got to know our client very well. Our client just made some mistakes, had some issues in his life. We got to know him very well. He's a great kid, great Marine, and it all worked out very well in the end because this agreement that we negotiated saved him about 8 years. But again, the key is that BATNA, the best alternative to a negotiated agreement, and it's knowing that you know how to try a case, not being scared that if something doesn't get negotiated the way you want, you're ready to take the case to trial and potentially win it. That's the strategy. You always have to find leverage anytime you're negotiating, and it's finding that leverage, knowing how to best utilize that leverage, and not being scared or not being timid or not being afraid. So there's a time and a place for everything, including a pretrial agreement, but it can't be the first option that you go to. Otherwise, it's going to be a pretty lousy agreement.